The regular season is over. Welcome in to episode 16 of the Ultimate Die League podcast. I am your commissioner, Troy Costa, here with a fantastic crew today. We have our co-host of the show, the MVP, reigning MVP, Riley Lang.
Yeah.
We have our two guests this evening. We have reigning UDL champion, two-time champion, Noah Mazzilli.
How we doing?
And three-time finalist, reigning most improved player of the year, Justin Torres.
That doesn't have a good ring to it.
There's a fantastic ring to it. Three finals. It's impressive. Not a lot of guys have won finals, let alone three. But yeah, that was we got to immediately talk about that tourney. Fantastic tourney.
I'm all set.
You are.
Tourney 8. Rocco and Zill got the dub. Zill, how you feel after that?
I feel good. I was happy. We needed it. Going into the last tournament, we know we needed the win to clinch the 2 seed in the playoffs, especially since Pat and Joe weren't there. It was time to take it. And the first 2 games, we were looking good. In the first 3 games, we were looking better. And it wasn't really much stopping us, to be honest. And as soon as I saw Lang have a rough start, I knew they weren't going to be there.
Before we get to Lang, Torres came in as a runner-up. Honestly, I think this was the best tourney I've seen you guys play.
Yeah, no. We were locked in.
You guys were money. I'll get into the stats later on, but Kev, particular with his toss, he was going insane. He had one game with like 7.
Really?
Yeah, one of the OT games he had
Kev.
7. You guys were money.
Wow.
I thought you had it. At the beginning of that finals game, you were up 3-0, I think, and then 4-1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, like that was
Couldn't
Tragic.
close it.
Tragic.
there was like I think the turning point was that biz. That biz that you got him on, and you even said it like that's a big biz. That's
Big
a big
one,
biz.
big
And that
one.
was at like 4-2.
They both had like a full cup, too.
Yeah. And right after that, yeah, because they had only had 2 points scored against them and they weren't missing table.
Yeah.
So they only took, 2 sips?
Needed it.
Yeah, that was a big biz.
Big one.
But hey, no, great tourney. You guys definitely showed out. And that 3, what'd you get, 4 seed?
Yeah.
That 4 seed is a
we
big.
were in 4 seed. We didn't even move, but
How did you not move? By getting 10 points.
If we came in if we would have won, we would have been in second. And
Oh,
they
you're
would've
saying
been
you were
fourth.
already in third in that
fourth.
game.
The winner of
I
our
mean,
game, regardless, was going to get the 2
Gotcha.
seed from the
Right.
15.
Yeah, I feel you.
But since getting the 10, Pat and Joe would still get over us.
Yeah,
They have like 3 points more than me, I
Yeah.
think.
gotcha.
Like with that win, I only passed them by 3. But
It's
Yeah,
good.
that was
They're
behind
that game
by
was
2.
for the 2 seed,
Yeah.
essentially. Damn. Lang, wow. We gotta we gotta give credit where it's due. 13 straight final appearances
Comes to an end.
Great run.
Yeah.
who was the one to take him down?
It was
Wow.
D Hall and Kearney in the
Yeah.
first game and Bigar and Umby in game 2.
Bigar and Umby. Shout out Bigar and Umby. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Thoughts on an epic run?
I don't know. I mean, it good, I guess. I mean, it's can't get better than that, can it?
About 2 years straight. That might never happen again.
I don't think it'll happen again. 13 straight finals. Like
About
it
2
won't
seasons
happen again.
straight.
Yeah.
There's no way.
The last time I watched a championship game was
2020?
the third to last tourney in season 2.
Literally 2020.
And the first time me and Rocco won it, he wasn't even there. So this is the first
Right.
time he's ever seen me in the finals.
That he's actually
and, like, watched me
not
play in the
been in a
finals.
tourney and
Yeah.
not went to the finals. Yeah.
It was tough too. Like I told everyone, dude, for some reason I couldn't follow the die at all. Like my hand-eye coordination was just horrible. Like I was closing my fist and the die's hitting my wrist. I couldn't follow it. I have no like excuse. It's just I just couldn't. I played.
They were
bad.
good games. Like
They
neither
were, but like when it went to J Rich's side, yeah, he played phenomenal, but I just couldn't. I couldn't hold my own. I kept overthrowing. I couldn't see the die. Like me and J Rich, I think at the end of Vigar Ambi's game, we switched sides. I played on the right because I could not see. the die. I couldn't see it halfway up until it came halfway down.
Was it the sun?
It was the sun.
Classic sun excuse.
No, it was like the sun mixed with the shade though. Like I had on my glasses, so when I was looking in the shade, it was like too dark. But then I don't know, I was just all over the place.
When it was like getting gloomy outside, like it was kind of hard to like see. As soon as the sun was gone, it was like
Got kind of shadowy.
yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't but like when I played on the full sun table, I mean, obviously,
Got a good, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Hey, I mean, everyone has those tourneys.
I mean,
you
I
just haven't. That's why it's a good
you know
shock.
what I mean?
You just have
So,
never had that
I
tourney
don't know.
before.
Whatever. You know, on to the next.
Hey, 13 straight. 13 straight. We'll give praise to that.
It's gonna be tough to beat. I'm gonna have to.
I don't think it'll happen. I don't think you'll ever get more than 4 straight again.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
13
that's
in a row,
crazy.
like, that's tough.
Yeah.
Cam and Brandon, 3rd place. Great tourney by Cam and Brandon. I thought they
Great tourney.
I thought they were going to win it all, but somehow I feel like that final 3 game is their kryptonite. Whether it's the winner's bracket finals game or the loser's bracket finals game, essentially, that's just that game. Like, they can't get over that hump. I think he might have more final 3 finishes without going to a finals than any player
It's crazy.
this season. He might have 4.
They were having a hell of a tournament.
Hell of a
We
tournament.
were facing the finals, and we were like down at a point, and I was getting a little nervous. It was hell of a game. They kept scoring. Didn't miss table once, but it was just a battle. It was like a 15-minute game.
I don't know what happens to Brandon in particular.
I
In
think he
particular,
honestly
like, he
hung
gets
on Kev.
drunk, right?
Yeah, I think he gets hammered.
Yeah, he gets
Just-
very drunk, and come that final 3 game, I feel like that's his limit. He plays unbelievable the entire, like, catches weird positioning dice that he shouldn't catch,
He's always
and then
catching
come that last game,
He just
that final 3
shafted.
game, he just can't do it. He just can't. Dropping like bunnies, not even ones that he usually gets, like kind of bunnies.
I definitely thought Rocco got in his head a little bit too. Always like
How
the
so?
back, always like the backyard kids like
What-
owning a little bit more real estate in each other's
What was he
heads.
saying?
He didn't have to say anything. He was just the way he was looking at him, like just they know each other too well, so it's pretty easy to own real estate in his head.
Yeah, shout out Cam. Cam played very well, and yeah, of course Brandon played very well until I'd say that last game. Final 4 went to Diol and Kearney, who again they were having one of their better tourneys I've
They
seen them
were.
play.
Yeah,
They're finally-
we had a battle with them. We went to OT.
Their first 4 points against us were just straight
Missiles.
straight back
It
missiles.
was unreal.
Yeah, I like me and Jay were just looking at each other. I'm like, what do we do? It was stupid. And then, dude, we had a run coming back. We were
Yeah, you did.
we were coming back, and then I just couldn't hold it. I think we got up. I think it was like Biz 4, and then I think they just took it.
Yeah, they played solid. I don't know what happened to them at the end. Was it you knocked him out twice, right? Did you
No,
give
we
them both L's?
We faced them once.
Maybe Cam and
I think Cam
I
and
think
Brandon
Cam
gave
and Brandon
both
gave him the
Ls.
other one,
Yeah, we faced them once. It went to OT. It was a battle.
and you beat them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a battle.
it was. I think it was 40
Overtime.
Game.
Yeah. 40?
Might have been.
Nah.
I had to check the footage.
It felt that long, but it was
Yeah, it
probably
did
like
feel forever.
I don't think there was a game longer than 20, which is insane. It was probably that game though. So yeah, that was pretty much the gist of the tourney. That's the top 4. So the playoff seeds are now set. We have the 1 seed, Langen, J. Rich, of course, ran away with the 1 seed. Hold on, let me pull up the list so I have all the points.
70.
70 points. 70 points for Langen, J. Rich.
Midday.
No, for the season.
Oh,
That's their final playoff standings. The win by Rocco and Zill secured them the 2 seed. They have 34 points now.
Hell yeah.
The 3 seed is held by Joe and Pat, who have had 31 points for a few tourneys now, and they haven't popped up to improve it. So we'll see if that comes back to bite them. Not like hoping. I feel like they're a little complacent. Like I feel like they know they're locked into a
They're
high seed. They know they're in the playoffs.
Little too comfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe a little
They
too
got really
comfortable. They know they're locked in. They know there's some dogs. They got a couple rings. So I don't know. Maybe they're going to be rusty come playoff time. But then again, maybe they'll show out
Last
again
2
like they
tournaments
always
showed
do.
up to, they won them both.
Right.
So when they come to play,
It would
they're
be
coming
if
to
they
play.
win, it'll be their 3rd
Yeah.
straight tourney essentially.
Showing up, that'd be crazy.
JT and Kev got the 4 seed, 28 points. So you're right there. Those 2 through 4 seeds are all within 6 points.
It's tragic.
What do you have, 3 finals with Kev?
How do you like your matchup here with the 5 seed Bigar and Umbi with 19 points?
Skunked them last one, so I'm confident in that.
How many times you beat them last tourney? Just once?
Yeah, we faced them. I think it was once. No, I think we. I don't know. Did we
Let me
face them
check right
twice?
now.
That's gonna be a.
I think
I
we
wanna
faced
say-
them. No, we faced them twice.
I want to say you gave them both of their losses.
That's gonna be some good playoffs.
Yep, you gave them the
there.
first loss of the day. Then later on in the losers bracket, you gave them another loss. Yeah.
I think I need to show up hungover more.
Wow. So that matchup, this is deja vu from
you
last
should've
season
hurt.
Yeah.
when the last tourney of the year, Alec and Garrett beat Rocco and D Hall twice going into the playoffs, and then Rocco and D Hall spanked them in the playoffs. So you got to make sure not to get too comfortable.
I'll go out the
'cause-
night before and get fucking hammered, and then show up hungover.
It's hard to
Fine.
beat a team twice. It really is.
yeah,
It
especially
is.
back to back.
Yeah.
That 2 out of 3 makes it kind of a buffer. Although I don't think we had many series that went 1-1-1 last year. There was a couple where, like, I won the first game and then you won the next 2,
Right.
or in the other case, Fob and JT won the first game and then me and Jake won the next 2. But I don't think there was a series that went back to back, like back and forth.
That
Yeah.
wasn't like a game.
No, there was some game 3s,
Yeah.
but it was always on a back to back win. Like the
Yeah,
team
yeah,
had
yeah.
already won game 2.
Right.
Which I guess is tougher because your back's really against the ropes, needing both wins. Let's see. Cam and Brandon secured 6th spot with 15 points.
How many tournaments have they played together? They haven't played
Together,
many.
they've played 4 together.
That's good though. That's
So yeah,
good
they
for
got
only 4.
15 points, and that's a team that hasn't. I want to go back to JT and Kev because that's the only team that's in the top 4, top 5 actually, that didn't win a finals. So that's impressive that you put together 28 points without getting that 15-point boost of
Yeah, wow.
winning a finals. So shout out Torres, shout out Kev. But yeah, Cam and Brandon too. They didn't make a finals, 15 points still. D Hall and Kearney with their final 4 that bumped him into the 7 seed
That was huge.
with
needed
12.
that. They needed to pop out that tournament. They
Yeah.
really needed that.
Well, now they got a date with Rocco and Zilly, which is perfect. Like that couldn't have wrote itself better. that
Matchmaking
Rocco and D Hall
That-
face each other in the first round of the playoffs,
That'll be
right
a-
after.
Rocco
That'll-
lives in D Hall's head.
That'll be a funny
And
one.
I live in Kearney, so it's gonna be a fun one.
I think that's the series I'm looking forward to most.
Definitely.
That's gonna be a good one. And then the 8 seed, me and Denal hung on to the 8 spot. Shout out Nick and Colin. So we fit it with our finals appearance. 10 points got us the spot. So we have a date with the Lang and
The
Jay
big
Rich
dogs.
team that just
Wow.
skunked us. So hey, we got nothing to lose. We go out there, we win. Shit,
Absolutely.
fuck it.
I mean,
That's
after my
story.
fucking turn, I'm fucking. And might as
I
well
mean,
hand
yeah,
it to
this is
ya.
the time we want you, right?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
You're on a downward spiral.
No.
Yes.
Little speed bump.
So yeah, the matchups go Lang and J Rich, Troy and Denal, first and 8 seed. Rocco and Zill, D Hall Kearney. We got Joe and Pat facing Cam and Brandon.
That's
How we
dope.
feel about that
I,
matchup?
I like it.
That's
I
the
like
only
it a lot.
matchup where none of us are
I
in
like
it.
a
So
lot.
All 4 rookies.
who you guys got in that? We can all predict that because none of us are here. I mean, none of them
Start
are
with
here.
Zilla.
Joe and Pat, Cam and Brandon.
I think whoever wins the first game of the series is gonna win it, but Joe and Pat are coming in like really hot. They're
Well,
really
are
hard team
they?
to beat. Kinda. Every time they show up, they just win.
Yeah.
Like they just perform every time. Like they kind of have their chip on their shoulder that they don't need to show up. That
Right.
they're already gonna come in the playoffs and just do what they've been doing. So,
Right.
or they would have showed up. So I think it's gonna be really good. I mean, Cam and Brandon are both of my friends, so I would like them to win, but I think it's gonna go to Pat and Joe.
Right? Honest
Negative.
man.
Cam and Brandon. If Brandon can pace himself,
Well, that's
no
the thing.
disrespect
That's
to Brandon, he's a hell of a fucking top player. If he can pace himself, I think they're winning.
That's kind of where I was going with it. That it is the first round, so Brandon will be sober,
Right.
and that's when he is at his best.
Just locked
Like
in.
first round, I feel like they're always in the end of the winners bracket. Then they get knocked out. Like they're not a quick loss into the losers bracket team. So I feel like Brandon and Cam might pull it out. I got him in 3 games, and 2 of them are going to OT.
I think it all honestly to me it all depends on how Pat and Joe show up. If Pat and Joe have mistakes, Cam and Brandon will definitely jump on them quickly. But like Sil said, Pat and Joe do show up and they do play at the top of their game. I'm gonna have to give it to Pat and Joe.
Right. We're split. We're split in the studio. That's going to be I guess that might be the most
That's a bold move there, Cotton.
that might be the most competitive series.
I think
honestly.
the next one we're about to talk about is.
Yeah, so finally we have JT and Kev going up against Bigar and Umbi, the 4-5 seed.
I think that's going to be the best series.
That's gonna be a tilt.
Of them
That
all.
will be a good
Out of
one.
the first four, that's going to be my favorite.
The key of that series is going to be hitting the table.
Yep.
Because both teams kill themselves. Both teams have some of the best hands in the entire league. But what kills both teams is just the self points.
And
And two of the players have two of the best kicks. You could say with
Umbi
FIFA
and Torres.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So missed tables are gonna be.
It's going to be
counted
automatic
against them.
fiefs. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. I not because you're sitting right here, but I got you and Kevin
me too.
again in 3. I got you in 3. I feel like the experience will settle in, will kick in. You guys already have a playoff series under your belt. I feel like the nerve of playoffs, like you'll be over that by then.
Right.
It's a more heightened like environment. It's all eyes on one table.
Oh, yeah.
3 cameras, people mic'd up. We'll have a commentary booth of people talking live during the game. It's gonna be intense. You're gonna have to come to play.
See,
I'm
with
excited.
this series, I feel it's whoever's going to last the longest, who can play solid die the longest. Because I've played Bigar and Umbi in fucking
Long games.
in long games, and they're still playing
They're just so consistent.
exactly. Like it's not like that. Like they don't like get tired or like lose it or like slow down.
Or like make an error.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's going to go to whoever is going to stand the longest. But JT and Kev, they've played long fucking games and have been in it.
That's true. It is going to be long games. 'Cause
It's
these
going to
are-
be long games, and it's going to. I think this series especially is going to be who can last the longest
Without making mistakes.
without
That's the
making
thing.
mistakes. You know who's consistent longer.
hitting the table.
You know,
Because I don't think any team's really going to drop dice. I really don't. I don't think we're going to see many drops. We're going to see some
Right.
uncatchable dice,
Yeah,
some some dice that, what are they called? Field goals that come through the cups. I don't think we're going to see too many drops in that series.
if Kev and JT keep playing the way they're playing, I think they got it. 100%.
This is going to be my favorite series of the day, I'd say. I think 4 very good players, and I think it's going to go in 3 games, and JT and Kev are going to get it. But if they start off the first game flat and they start playing they're not playing consistent die, it can go to Umbi and Bigar very easily. They got to come in hot and stay hot.
Yeah. So we're unanimous there on Torres, Kev. We'll bounce back to the other 2 series here. Rocco Zill, D Hall Kearney. Rocco Zill, D Hall Kearney. We already said it's going to be the best series, but who's going to take it? Lang?
I mean, you got to give it to Rocco and Zill. I mean, Zill's playing lights out die right now. Like Zill said earlier, Rocco can get straight into D Hall's head, and if D Hall gets anyone in his head, he shuts down. So I mean, it's just going to be the name. It's going to be like that. Can D Hall control Rocco getting in his head? Can Kearney control someone getting in his head?
His own partner.
You know exactly. You know what I mean?
They got to be on the same page.
Exactly.
They can't be
you know,
nipping at each other.
if they're on 2 different sides of the book, they're just gonna shut down and fumble.
When they're playing good, they're playing good.
When they're playing good,
bad, they're worst enemies of each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, big time. So you tiptoed around an answer. Is that who do you got? You got Rocco Zill. Yeah. I got. It's hard to pick against the champs. I got Rocco Zill.
But I can get in Rocco Zill's head quite easily, so I might have to do that myself with some on the sidelines.
I don't see you guys making many mistakes.
You're gonna need it.
Lang gets in Zill's.
I don't see you guys making many mistakes.
The higher the shorts go, the more scared Mazzilli gets.
I've never heard that one.
If you see this kid's underwear under his shorts, he's fucking frightened.
Shut up.
Torres, you got Rocco Zill.
You got it.
Not
You can't bet. You
D-Hall
can't,
aren't good.
no, they're definitely good. You just can't.
It's just
You can't.
that Rocco's gonna get in
They're
D-Hall's
just
head.
playing.
I think it's intimidation from that's my old partner. I gotta prove myself type thing. And then if one of them messes up, D-Hall is not taking any blame. He's
Right.
blaming Kearney.
And Kearney's going to get
Kearney's gonna be like,
exactly
"Dude, come on,
right.
If they can work together and just
Point
be
blank,
fine.
I think Rocco and Zilla are playing better than D.L. Kearney right now. I'm going to give it to them.
I think in the podcast when Kearney was on it about like 7 weeks ago, you asked him the question, who has more pressure, us two or them two? And he said, we have more pressure because Kearney and D-Hall have no pressure going on. If you put it now, we have no pressure. All the pressure would be at Kearney and D-Hall.
Right, you think?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you guys lost,
I don't
it'd
know.
be tragic.
You're the reigning
Yeah.
champs. I feel like more pressure's on you now
you got
because
to hold your own.
I
They,
think
people expect you to win this game.
I
I
mean,
think
they
it
got
gives-
nothing to lose.
I think it gives
Right.
less pressure.
People expect you to
no-
win this
I
series.
mean, technically, like none of us have nothing to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you guys coming off a big tourney 8 win, you guys are expected to roll through any team.
And you just beat D-Hall and Kearney.
Right.
And you usually beat D-Hall and Kearney. I don't think they've beat you this year, have they?
No.
Is that the first time you faced, or you
faced
faced
like
one
2 or
of the
3 times.
two? Yeah. So I feel like
I think the pressure's on Rocco.
pressure's
Zilla.
on you guys to win
Yeah.
that game, to win that series.
Maybe. I feel no pressure.
But
Well, that's
hey,
good.
everyone
That's
loves
good.
everyone loves a good underdog story.
Absolutely.
That leads us into the 1-8 matchup. Might be the biggest lopsided matchup we got. Lang and J. Rich, Kamish Denal. But hey, here's what I'll say about this. We'll lose the first game, but we're winning the next 2. Yeah, we're gonna lose the
I like
first
that.
one, but we're gonna win the next 2.
That's fine.
I'll say it again.
One more time for the people in the back.
One more.
We're gonna lose the first game, but then we're gonna win the next 2 games, and we're gonna knock out the GOATs in the first round of the playoffs. That's my prediction.
Sounds like a plan.
I love it.
What do you got, Zill? Break down the series.
I think it's either going to end in 2 or 3 games. It's either going to be a lights out 2-0 Lang and J. Rich, or they're going to scrap in and keep in the whole game and get advantage of their mistakes. J. Rich and Lang are coming off a pretty bad tournament. If they keep going at the same place, maybe. You never know. You really never know.
So Lang and J. Rich in 2.
I'll give him Lang and J. Rich in 3.
All right.
I think you guys will take either the first one. I think you'll take the first one.
All right. That's not what I think, but I'll take that. Because if we win the first one, then I got us winning the next 2. We're going to win 3-0. That's not
fine.
even possible.
That's fine.
Torres, thoughts on the series as a whole? Prediction?
If the 1 seed plays like they did the last 20, then you guys 2-0.
Absolutely.
But if they come to play like they usually play,
2-0.
yeah, 2-0. Not that you guys are a
Absolutely.
bad
Honestly,
team,
and
but
it's not even Jarrett's. Honestly, it's I'm taking full blame of that tourney loss. J. Rich played how J. Rich usually plays. I completely I wasn't there. I was there, lights on, but nobody was home.
What's your breakdown on the series?
See you next year.
You're an ass.
I know.
You're going down, bro. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
man.
You're going down. I'm beating you
I need it.
in the playoffs.
that would be
first
awesome.
round.
I
In
think
3.
if you guys beat them, it would hype everyone up.
Oh my
That would
god.
and that would be the
That
first
would-
series
that
to
It
end.
would be unreal.
Heighten everyone's game. Like,
Oh, so we are the
Oh,
we
true.
are.
Well,
the
we're going to be the
first
first game. First,
Oh, all right.
we're not going to do the whole series though. We'll do
So you do
one game, one game, one. and
Yeah.
then- yeah.
and then you go around and do one.
Yeah.
Last year we never had multiple game 3s, so it just eventually it got to game 2, and then
I was in the playoffs
game
last
3
year,
came.
so I don't. This is my first playoffs.
Right.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, it couldn't
Thank
be
you.
me.
Yeah,
Right.
first playoffs right into the 2 seed.
Oh yeah.
Can't ask for better than that.
I know.
Could ask for one better than that.
I mean, you could ask to win it. You can't talk about that,
I
like
can't talk about that.
Last
Who
time he was the 1
oh,
seed, he
yeah.
lost to the 2 seed. So
Yeah.
true. 2 seed is the
With your
is the
partner.
winning- with
Yeah.
your partner. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll see.
you can try.
Yeah.
But
comes around goes
facing
around.
your other partner, so it'll be interesting. There's a lot of good
I'm
storylines.
pumped. Yeah.
I wanna.
It'd be interesting.
I wish I had it now. I'll have it for next pod. The records and the matchup of each matchup, like that's happening. So like, I know you have us.
We only have one.
You have us 1-0.
That was only the first time we played each other, right?
You think you have D Hall
I think
3-0, 2-0, 3-0?
Yeah.
Have you faced
I
Big
think
R
they-
more?
I think
They
they
beat
beat us once.
You beat
So
them
you
twice.
just had them
No, I think
twice
I beat
there.
them more than
Because I
twice.
faced them in the
Oh,
first
I think
first game of tourney 7. We beat them, and then we beat them again last tourney. And I
Mhm.
think we might have faced them one other time.
I think I'm either 3-1 or like 4-1 against them.
Wow. And then
Begar and Umby.
Oh, are you?
and then it's Cam and Brandon, Joe and Pat.
I don't even know if
I
they've
feel
ever-
like they've faced before because Cam and Brandon are always Final Three, and Joe and
Right.
Pat go to finals. So
right.
I would guess they've faced before. But yeah, definitely by playoffs, I'm gonna have all that plus way more stats. Like this player's top 5 amongst rookies in this stat.
Right.
So when they're on the screen, JT Bain, shout out JT, he's gonna be our play-by-play.
Yeah, he was killing it
Yeah,
against
he
us.
was.
But yo,
He got hired.
dude. He
got
fucking-
hired.
He had to get hired.
dude. He was in the middle of our game, and I was like, dude. And then he goes, "Gotta go." And I'm like, yo, where are you going, brother? Because JT's like, all right, it's high. It's off the left side. I'm like, all right, looking left side. Like, like where the fuck do you just go?
Yeah,
He's like, I
he
gotta
was-
play. I'm like, no, you don't, dude.
He was perfect at it. So
Yeah.
we're going to have him and Schmerda in the booth. We're going to have Schmerda as the color. If Puck's around, we'll get Puck in the booth too for his 2 cents. And
Absolutely.
that'll be a classic show. So JT, I'm going to give him tons of sheets of stuff to talk about
Yep.
for each specific player, like how many times they've faced each other as a team, maybe even individual matches. Like
Singly,
me and you
yeah,
have faced like
right.
20 times in our career.
Right.
So like stuff like that.
Right,
Just
right.
little
Record on
stats.
that.
I just, huh?
So what's the record on
I
that?
probably have you like twice.
So we faced each other 20 times. I'll get you.
I'm probably 2 and 9, 2 and 10.
I think you've only beat me once.
I got you with Puck, but that's not really Jay Rich.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was you and Puck beat him and Jared. That's
No, I got
why.
me and Marani beat him and Puck back in tourney
Sure, I remember that.
tourney 1 of season 2.
Attorney Bridgewater.
No, first tourney of season 2.
That was when you beat me in finale.
And,
Oh yeah.
And Garrett and Hunter in the finals. Throwback to Garrett and Hunter. Yeah, let me dive into the stats because all the stats are done now. Final stats of the season are complete. I'll start with tourney 7 because we haven't talked about that at all. Tourney 7, remember, was Begar and Umby's win over Lang and J. Rich in the finals. Begar led the tourney with 20 points, followed by Langa's 19 points. Umby's 16, Mazzilli's 16.
Okay.
So Zilly's top 3 in points for the tourney. Cam Green had 14. And how about this? Ty had 13 points in
Wow.
only 4 games.
I mean, I think he scored his first 4 points against me and Rocco. His first 4 throws.
Right.
He scored on him.
I think he had 5 total in that game.
was
yeah.
he was
insane.
he was with we faced him and Alec that first game, right? That was that
Yeah,
tourney.
and that's the tourney. He had
Yeah,
he had
was
another
going-
like
he was
Him
going
and Liam.
off.
4. Yeah, him and Liam.
His toss is crazy
Oh, it was him
this
and
year.
Liam?
Yeah, it was him and Liam.
Yeah.
Him and Alec was tourney 8.
No, it was him and Alec was tourney 7.
Nope.
No,
Yes.
yeah, that was tourney 8. Tourney 7. Him and Liam. They each had 13 points
but
on the
no.
tourney.
They smoked me and Rocco 100%.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I played.
You also played Alec and Ty at tourney 8. You did that.
no, I
too.
didn't.
Oh no, that was tourney 6. That was tourney 6.
Oh, was it
Yep.
6?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, no, Ty and Liam each had 13 points.
Because he went off that tourney too.
Yeah.
Yeah, his toss when it's on, it's on.
Dude,
but
he's
When
no,
it's
he's
table, it
never
hits.
thrown like that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, he throws high now.
this past tourney and
He's
tourney
never
8,
thrown like that.
he was off. Like they had chances to get back in the game, but he couldn't find the table.
Yeah, he found his toss for sure.
You just got to be more consistent with the table. Because when
Yeah.
it's not hitting, it's not.
Yeah.
When it's hitting, it's like you're not going to catch
It's
it.
like a point.
Yeah.
Almost.
FIFA's on the tourney. Rocco, although he only had 6 points throwing, he had 6 kicks. FIFA's kicked,
Wow.
which led the tourney. Umby had 5 to go with his 16 points. Langa had 4 to go with his 19 points. And then a bunch of guys had 2, including my guy Justin Torres. And Dan LeBlanc had 2. Shout out LeBlanc. I don't think I've ever seen you on the FIFA list. Did any I think this is the first tourney ever with no plunks. Tourney 7. First ever non-plunk
I keep thinking
tourney.
I keep thinking of tourney 6.
Yeah, I had to. No, we already talked tourney 6. I had to dive into tourney 7 before we get to the end of the season. So yeah, that's pretty much tourney 7 stats. Tourney 8,
Ugh.
which just happened on Saturday, was led by Kev Denellen with
My boy.
25 points.
Wow.
25 points by Kev in, I believe, 7 games.
That's
Wow.
unreal.
7 games, 25 points. Roach in only 5 games. How about this one? 19 points
Wow.
in 5 games. That's
Wow.
almost 4 points a game. That's like 3 point
That's crazy.
something.
Yeah.
Third is Justin Torres, 16. 16. Kearney had 14 points. Mazzilli had 13.
I'm at the fucking
his-
bottom of the barrel, dude.
Zildin, you guys didn't even really need to score that much because you had a skunk. You had 2 skunks, maybe.
No, we had one.
One skunk,
One, and then 2 7-2s.
and then a couple blowouts. But yeah, Rocco only had 11. You had 13. It was only 5 games. It was like a quick.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
that's why it was like 13 in 5 games is almost 3 a game. That's like pretty much the top of the league right now. D Hall had 11. Jay Davern had 10. For FIFA's kicked, D Hall had 4. Led the tourney. I don't think
Wow.
I've ever seen D Hall even kick
Wow.
FIFA's. He had 4. He was on with his FIFA. Brandon had 4. Umby had 4. Lang had 3 in only 3 games. Kearney had 2. Rocco had 2. Alec had 2. Plunks. We did have some plunks. We had Rochi and Zill with his first plunk of his career.
Yes. Thank God.
Long
That was your
time coming.
first plunk ever?
Yup. In UDL.
Holy, was it a bounce plunk?
No, it was
Oh.
a splash.
Straight splash.
Splash.
Against Kearney and
Better
D-Hall,
or bad?
too.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a
And
big one, too.
Rochi plunk too?
Rochi plunked, yep.
Damn.
His first plunk of his career. Yeah, you guys were up 1-0 in it was a defensive battle back and forth for the first 3-4 minutes of the game. Only 1-0,
Splash.
and then he just splashed, opened it up
That's
3-0.
nice.
As soon as I threw it, Rocco knew it. He was like,
He
oh,
said
it's
it.
in the cup.
He
it's
said
in
it.
the cup.
Yep.
I'm like, dude.
3-0.
That's your first plunk.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I don't.
I
aim
got
for
my
cup- I
first
usually
one
don't aim for
turning 5.
cups. I just like
I
aim
mean,
for table.
does anyone aim for the cup?
I mean, I kind of did there. It's kind of aiming for Kearney.
Your
instead of
first
just-
plunk, you actually aim for the cup? Come on.
I mean, I was aiming for
I
Kearney.
mean, if that's what you can do, I mean, what have you been doing, brother?
I mean, I was kind of just aiming on Kearney's side a little bit more than D Hall's because Kearney's defense was a little bit slower than D Hall's, so I was kind of just aiming for that
Right.
side.
Yeah.
And it
What,
just
he was a
happened-
little sloppy?
yeah,
a little drunk?
bit, a little bit at the end. So I was trying to just go on his side and not target D Hall, and
Yeah.
just end up going to cup.
Yeah. Dude, they play so weird. They play from the ground up. They play from their knees
They do.
up.
Yeah.
But dude, it works.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I've noticed it before, but playing against them, I'm just dude, it's crazy because when it's high, when you get the ones that just bounce high, they're going up at it.
Kearney
Most of
plays
us
like
are
he's
just
a goalie.
Right.
It's weird.
Fucking like a lacrosse goalie.
Yeah.
It's exactly what he is. Abington's stupid lacrosse goalie.
Let's so yeah, that's tourney 7, that's tourney 8. Now let's talk total season stats. The end of the season. This will be the stats that are on your card at the end of the year. Make sure to get your pack of trading cards.
Jeez, I can see these and wow.
So we got points. We got Riley Lang first in points with 124 points on the season.
Wow.
124. And that's in 7 tourneys. Let me do that math. How many that is per tourney?
Damn.
That's 18 points a tourney.
Sheesh.
That's like someone's best tourney. Every time. And you're doing that every time. That's actually crazy.
That's not bad.
This is going to blow your mind. Sean Roach, second, with 115 points.
Wow.
That's nuts.
115
Wow.
for Rochi. He had 19 last tourney, so it bumped him
Yeah.
up to 115.
J-Rich.
Wow.
He overtook J Rich by 3, who's there with 112.
Wow.
So yeah, Rochi. No finals appearances, but second in the league in points.
Gets it done.
First in the league in points per game with 2.88.
Wow.
Beats
That's
laying out by like 0.1. I think you had 2.7
Yeah.
or 2.76.
I think I was 2.87. He's 2.88. I think he beat
No,
by
no.
0.
No, you're 2.76. He's
Oh.
2.88, which is still extreme. That's
Yeah.
like a couple points.
Yeah. Damn.
That's close.
Fourth is Noah Mazzilli with 88 points.
The kid.
Hell yeah.
88
Thank
fourth.
God.
Fifth to round out the top 5 is Kev Denellen with
Wow.
84.
Wow.
Wow.
That
But I have
25
him by
piece,
1 point.
No.
4 points.
4.
You have
Wow.
88. So that 25 points that he had last turn, he just
Yeah. 25
skyrocketed
points.
him.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Who do you think is next in total points?
Let me look.
Let me ask Zildan. Who would you guess next or next couple?
Umpy Cam or Torres are going to be in the top 3.
Cam is next with 80. You're missing Umby's next with 78, and then Kearney's in there with 78 as well.
Wow. So I had the last
Yep,
2.
and you're right there with Torres. He's right behind D Hall, who's next with 76. Torres is next with 75. Bigar is next with 74. And then I'm next with 73.
Wow, Kearney and Deal are kind of scoring like that.
Yeah.
They're like right there.
Because they have a
Kinda-
consistent 10
Yeah.
every turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Every tourney. So, yeah, they have Kearney has 78. They've played 8 tourneys.
Yeah, wow.
They average almost 10 a game.
Yeah.
But you average 18 a game. That's
Damn,
just.
dude.
I play every tourney. I only have 73. I'll take that, though. I'll take that.
124.
124.
Then the record last year was 86. What the
Right. Well, I
fuck
mean,
happened?
we gained 3 tourneys.
Oh, true.
But
true,
still, if
true.
you. What'd you have last year? 86. Yeah, you might have beat
86.
that. You
Right.
might have beat this if you had 3
Definitely.
more tourneys. At this rate, what's 17 times 3?
I don't know.
51. So 51 plus 86 would have put you at 137 if you were
Wow.
scoring at the same rate. But hey, well, now if we have a consistent schedule of 8 tourneys every year, these stats will be like we'll start to actually have a
Like a normal base.
point, right? Like a normal base of what to look at for what's a great season,
Yeah.
like what's a mediocre season, what's a bad season.
That 124 is just unreal.
124 might not happen again.
Yeah.
That might be a record that
Listen,
gets
I'm
held
sick
for
of
a
these
while.
might not happen again.
Bro, that's a compliment, if anything.
No, I know. But why can't it happen again? What if OG Lang comes through and just fuck?
No way.
No way.
I don't know. Maybe you just put up 130 next year, but no way.
All right, for points per game, we got Rochi obviously with 2.88, leads the league. Riley Lang second with 2.76. I sneak in at the 3 spot with 2.61. Liam Madden at the 4 spot with 2.6.
Wow.
Mark Carmi in the 5 hole with 2.56, followed by Joe with 2.36, Kevin with 2.33, and Mazzilli with 2.32.
Wow.
So that's the top 8 right there. And then Beretti has 2.29 and J Rich 2.24 to round out the top 10.
Okay.
It's a lot of scoring. Although it used to be even higher. Like last year, Alec
Yeah.
had like 3 point something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder what changed. Maybe
I think
just
it's just the
better
game.
defense.
100%.
Better defense, right? Just harder to score with your toss.
100%.
Makes it longer games, more misses, more FIFAs. 'Cause
100%.
people aren't dropping dice anymore.
No.
3.5 from
aggravating.
Alec last year.
3.12 or something like that led the
Wow.
league.
He played a lot of games.
And he played top 5 games
Was
in
he
the
like
league.
Was he like 6 seed? 3
Yeah,
seed?
6 seed, yep.
Wow.
Yeah, Alec had a good year. He fell off a little bit this year.
He just didn't really play as many tournaments. I feel like
Right.
He came to 4.
that and him, G Baby,
2
were
with
like a really
Alec.
good team together, and now like Alex kind of like scraping around
Garrett-
for a partner.
Well, Garrett owes me money, and he hasn't hit me up. Since tourney 2, I haven't heard from Garrett.
Free smoke, free
Shout
smoke.
out, Garrett.
Damn.
So, Garrett, I know you're not listening because you show no support, but Garrett, fuck you.
Yo.
Pay me. But anyway, flunks on the season.
Two.
Led by Riley Lang with 3.
Wow.
And then there's 4 guys with 2. It was Mahoney who had the 2
One
in one
game.
game.
Right.
That keeps him second in the league.
That's
Crazy.
unreal.
Yeah.
J Rich with 2, Bigar with 2, and then Pat Mahoney with 2 in one tourney, the very first
Yep.
tourney.
Yep.
He came out strong in
Yeah,
that
he did.
tourney. I thought he was rookie of the year after that one tourney.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so 2 for a bunch, and then a bunch of guys have 1. Garrett,
These
Roach.
don't include playoffs, do they?
No playoffs, no All-Star. Zill, Troy, Kearney, Cam, D-Hall, JT, Fennell, J-Lar. All
JT Bain,
flunked.
not me.
JT Bain. Diving plays. This is a good stat. Who's getting dirty? Cam Green gets dirty the most with
Yeah, he
46
does.
diving
That kid
plays.
looks disgusting
Wow.
when he leaves tournaments, dude.
And mind you, I don't count like a D-Hall go to the knees and
Yeah.
lunge for it and roll
No.
around on the ground. Like not every time you touch the ground is considered a dive. But if it's like a judgment call as a
Right.
statistician,
Yeah,
I'd
you
say
gotta
like
see it and be like,
when you it's like all right, I guess he kind of had to dive.
Give
for
him the
that.
benefit of the right.
A lot of times I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but if it's like, bruh, come on, why are you on the ground? I
Right.
won't count it. But
Right.
Cam Green still had 46. D-Hall still had 40,
Wow. Yeah.
even though I said I didn't count them all. So he
No.
probably had like 80 that he actually got dirty for. But 40 of them counted as dives. Kearney right there, 34. So as a team, they had 74 diving plays, which is nuts.
But if you think of all three of those people, dude, they leave tourneys looking like fucking they just went out of war.
And you'll watch them make 6 diving plays in one game, so it's not even surprising to hear that.
Yeah.
Zill, you're right there at 33.
Zill gets dirty too.
33 diving
Little
plays.
dirt dog.
Yeah.
And Denal Keene with 32.
Yeah.
And he didn't even play. He played maybe 5 tourneys.
How many did Rochi have? Rochi was getting.
He's next, 26.
Is he? I was gonna say.
26 diving plays. I'm
Rochi's
next.
been all over the place.
I'm after that with 24 diving plays. Ty had 20. JT Bain had 19. Rocco had 17.
Wow.
Even Kevin had. I feel like Kevin never got dirty last year. I feel like he wasn't a diver last year. Now he's out here with 16 of them.
I try not to hit the ground.
Yeah, you're a pretty boy.
Yeah, it's
try to catch everything
it's
as
tough.
much as I
It's
can.
tough for me to get back up when I hit the ground. When I hit the ground, it's hard.
The body. I want to explain the body stat because I feel like no one really knows what that means. It's not just when you set a nice body, or if maybe the dice stays on the table, but I'm running in and someone levels me. That's not a body. What it means is like when it counts for a point. It should honestly say body assist because it's only when it causes the point. So if you make a nice toss, it trickles back. Kevin sets the screen. Zill runs into Kevin and he creates the contact that prevented the player that was going to catch the dice from catching it. Then I count it as a body. So it's really like an assist, but no one would know what that means if I wrote assist.
Right.
So I write bodies, but there's the clarification. So it really means like what you did in this play assisted for the point to happen. So you had 25 of those, which led the league.
Yeah, because he has the fucking
Because
most
Jay,
rollbacks in the world.
and half of them happen off your toss. Like you'll throw it, step up one step, and then just. See, I wish we didn't throw
Where the
so
fuck?
far.
Where's Jay Rich on this list?
More of those.
Where's Jay Rich on this list? Because I tell this kid to get to the line every fucking throw.
He's down maybe top 12 at 11.
Motherfucker.
Kearney's second with 18. He has all those bounce backs. Down Suka.
God,
Next.
I hear that.
I'm so happy I haven't heard that in a couple tournaments.
Jesus
Cam
Christ.
and Zill are there at 16. Denal has 15 of them. Joe has 15.
I feel like Umby gets in the way a lot.
Umby has 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the.
He's good
He
at holding line.
I
fucking
feel like you
stands
see
there.
him standing there holding his junk all turning
Yeah.
long. He's set there like that,
Stand.
which is smart because when you're playing Kearney, he's going to nutsack you.
Right.
He's going to grab you. So, yeah, that's a
Right.
very.
But one thing, and I've talked to Umby about it. He said so many times where it's re-entry, hit him, bounce back on the table. He's had so many of those.
He has
He's
to
like,
be
dude,
aware.
like.
And what, he says they don't count? Or he just
he's
needs to be more
saying,
aware
like,
of it?
Yeah, he's just saying there's so many times where he'll hit him and bounce back on the table, so it's a re-entry.
Yeah.
You know?
Schmerda brought up an interesting point because so many people are good at the wraparound catch now. Like when a dice is going back for a field goal and you run around the person, setting the screen, and you make the diving
That should
catch.
be a stat.
That
I have a
happens.
few of those.
That happens so often
I think
now.
I just have one amazing one.
Yeah, that one is crazy. Like that's like a
I
routine.
couldn't believe
Hey,
it.
Zell.
It's turning
I
into a
couldn't
routine
believe you
play.
thought that.
What if the person that's defending isn't setting the screen right on the line, but they're like a
Right.
step, like
Well, I
a
mean,
foot over? So it gives you the decision, like, do I have to cut through the
Yeah.
table and them and try to like get hurt and like scrape my arm on the table, or am I going farther around them now? I feel like that could be. Maybe I just gave away my strategy. Shit.
I mean,
I feel like that could work.
it's
though.
very rare. I mean, I kind of stand
Just wide anyway.
Yeah, I stand strong.
Stand as big as you can.
I definitely caught myself making a couple late steps in.
Right. Yeah, that one.
Like
Did I go around you?
sometimes I see it's short, so I make
I
a
think I
little
went
late
right
step.
around you and
Yeah,
made that unbelievable, dude.
I mean, it was like the quickest rollback I've thrown, and I don't know how you just made it. I just look and see you on the ground within your hand. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me get I want to do a quick year recap here and get everyone's best blank. So it'll be like best, maybe your best game, maybe like you know what
personally,
I mean? Personally, what was your best? What was your best play of the year? Do you remember?
is this for everyone?
For everyone, yeah. Anyone can go first.
With the play we were just talking about.
That play, yeah.
Never
That's
seen,
what made me think of it.
Never seen before.
Yep. And I'll play these. I'm gonna clip this and play all your plays.
It's tough. It's
It is
tough.
good.
It's tough to
It's a
think
lot of good
about.
plays,
Yeah,
so
it's tough to.
I know it's easier for me to say one of the best games I've played in instead of the best played.
Okay. Yeah, let's hear that.
I'd say the best game I played in this year was, again, with me and JT Bain versus Denal and Mark. It was like a 26-6-minute game. And
Yes.
I made maybe 9 dives that game. It was just unreal, just nonstop on the floor. That was a hell of a game. They ended up going in OT. That was
Mhm.
the longest
I remember that game.
I had to play.
Till Tuesday.
Yeah.
Nominee.
That was probably one of the best games I played. I think JT Bain could probably say, honestly, the same.
I mean, or that finals appearance against me and J Rich. That was a fucking tilt too.
Yeah.
That was a tilt.
The first game win.
Like
and then
that
the second
FIFA,
game.
JT Bain ran all the way across the
yeah.
table, and I was sitting there. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Unreal.
What about the
Unreal.
plunk that
And
he
then
had?
JV plunked you to go 5-4.
That was a fucking
that was
game.
huge.
I thought we had it.
I thought you had
I
it
really
too.
thought we had it. Oh,
As shown in the video.
wow. Then I would have had 3 rings this year compared to his 1.
True.
That would have been a different one.
That'd have been
That would have
something.
been a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best play.
Close.
I'm either gonna go with second tourney in the finals against.
I already know the play where you tipped it up to yourself, caught it with the other hand, started
one.
smacking the floor.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was electric.
Or there's 2 in the All Star tourney. The one that was off my glasses, I lost it. Somehow managed to catch it. Or the plunk, because that was from like the bushes.
Yeah. Fuck that plunk. That was a good
Your
plunk.
face is out.
I'll just say, yep, that one in. I'm down, biz one.
What would you say the craziest play that's ever happened against you?
Okay.
Against you?
The craziest play that's
Yeah.
ever happened against
Yeah,
you in
yeah.
a game this year?
Like when Alec got mossed by. I call that getting mossed. Like when you're defending
Against
a play,
me,
someone
it's-
fights through
I
you and
got
catches
mine.
it.
I got mine. Fucking first tourney, Nick and Colin. That FIFA.
Oh, my
that
God.
Nick ran all the way across.
That was
thief was maybe the
unreal.
best play of the year still.
Unreal.
After 7 more turns.
And I was like, oh my God.
I couldn't
Bro.
believe that, actually.
And that catapulted the run that they went on.
Well, I think that was they were already running back, and I think that was just added to it.
Yeah, it was like 6-3. That made it like
That was
6-4.
great. That was the
Yeah.
most hype tourney.
Everyone was pumped for the first one.
Fumbled that.
Shazo was
Oh
the
my
Shay's
biggest
a-
God.
hype man I've ever
Yeah.
seen. For
He had
Nick
them
Collin
going.
right there.
As he should. That's his.
Yeah,
that's his
absolutely,
roommates.
single-handedly.
Yeah, that's
Got-
probably the worst.
Probably
play
their
that's
only
happened against
fans
me.
there.
That's the best play in the worst scenario that's happened against me
Yeah.
this year.
What about you, Zil? You asked it. You probably have one on your mind.
I don't, but
Come on.
That's hard to think.
your catch against me was pretty crucial.
Yeah,
Never thought that was ever going to be caught.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah, Torres. It's probably your plunk against me because that was just bad. That bad timing for me.
You and Jay were down.
We had just made a nice
Wait a minute.
diving play.
Like as soon as I plunked, they looked like they were ready just to pass away. It was bad.
I was already like
Wait, for what?
The All-Star.
in that All-Star game.
Oh.
Me and Jay Rich got plunked by Torres to go from like 2-1 to 4-1. It just
Oh.
brought
And we
all
were
the energy out of
hammered,
us.
and then they had to chug that. It was just
It was tough.
Yeah,
I
that's
actually got
rough.
a new one. And tourney 6, when it was me and Rochi, we were facing Pat and Joe to go to the finals, and we were up 1, couldn't close it the whole time, and then I threw this laser to Pat, and it hit the table, and it hit him. He was wearing the hat like you, Lang, and it hit him in the top of the brim,
Yeah.
and it came down so fast he didn't even see it, and he just swooped it up for
Yeah.
the catch. And Troy was recording it because I have it on my phone, and he was like, "Oh my God, that might be the craziest catch I've ever seen."
Yeah.
And it was literally to like win it and go to the finals, and then we end up losing that, and then losing to you and not going to the finals. And that one catch was like the biggest,
Ridiculous.
ripped my heart out.
Yeah.
Like literally was the highest highest dice you could ever hardest catch, and it just hit his brim and just railed it
Yeah,
in
that was wild.
like an outfielder. I've never seen anything like that. Honestly, that was the worst one that I've ever experienced.
Torres, you got anything that comes to mind?
you're plunk against. Me.
I was
yeah.
The
waiting
big
for it.
debate.
Yeah.
I was waiting for
Yeah.
it.
That was a big plunk. That was my first ever. That was my only ever plunk in UDO.
That was a crazy one.
You have 5. I've now calculated. I put in the career stats. You have 5 in your career, which is probably
Wow.
the most. That's a lot.
I can't like. I mean, I don't like. Obviously, plunks don't happen often, but
You
I
feel like
mean,
it's
we've
more?
been playing for a while. I mean, you two just getting your first plunk.
I mean,
I haven't got one regular.
You don't
season.
have one?
I have one every playoff.
Oh yeah,
All-Star
you
game?
lead All-Star career.
I have won every
Fun.
All-Star.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, obviously, I know they don't come often, but I mean, I feel like we've been playing for so long. I mean, it's about,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I usually just
Yeah.
aim for the table hits.
Yeah,
don't really
I
aim
just-
for
Oh
the
no, I
cup.
mean,
just rack up
definitely,
points.
but
I just look for that.
yeah.
The 8x2. I mean, I have plenty of
My-
points,
my
but
first
that's a
first
different
plunk
game.
ever has to be the best. And when JT Bain, he's like, that might
that
be
might be
cup.
cup. That might be cup.
Oh,
That might be cup.
and he gets his
That-
hand
and, yeah,
up.
and he
Yeah.
goes in the camera.
was
That might
crazy.
be cup.
That was crazy.
That was electric.
Against-
That
I
was
think
the best
against Scott and
moment.
Drew.
That was the best moment
In
of
the
that
finals?
year. Yeah.
That was electric.
Actually, what was the best moment of that year? That or the walk-off plunk in turning 4?
The
And
walk
Jared
off.
was-
Are you
was that
fucking?
what- was
that
that
was
Jared's
yeah,
plunk?
Jared-
that was our,
Jared's walk-off.
our first win.
Yeah.
That was wild.
I was still in the boot. I
Yeah.
remember running up to
Hobbling
I was
over,
hobbling up
yeah.
in the boot. Me
That
and
was-
Fennell.
I was rocking the A
That
Rod
was
jersey.
crazy.
That was nice.
So what's the best moment of this season? Is it the Nick and Colin comeback? I know you wouldn't want to say it is.
The best
I mean,
what?
from
Like,
that.
what do you
Just
mean?
best moment, like
Oh.
best, like
Hmm.
thing that made people go wild. It probably was that Nick catch
Yeah, honestly.
that brought the house down.
Honestly.
Like that had people going nuts.
Joe and Pat's first tourney win, their run
Yeah,
was the most wow. And
That was
most
an electric
impressive
run.
thing I've seen. I think that was probably the most impressive tourney
championship run.
this year.
Yeah,
They
that's
went through-
another good one.
They went through us. They ended up going through Torres. They ended up going through D. Hall and Kearney. They went through Umby. They ended up taking off Lang and Jarrett twice.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were taking everyone down. That was
That's a good point.
unreal.
Even in their second run, they had some big wins.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
But
that's right.
after
That first.
that was the first time I seen him.
Right,
seen
so
him do
people
it
had
then.
expected it after the
Yeah.
first
Right.
one. The first one, they
The
just
first
come in
one
here
was
and knock
wild.
off all the vet
Yeah.
star teams. It's like, whoa.
Like we
Yeah,
almost
it's pretty
had them,
crazy.
and then as soon as they beat us, it's like, oh, they shouldn't have beat us, and then they just beat everyone else just
Yeah,
one
that's
by
Makes you
one. by
makes you not
one.
even feel bad about
Oh,
it.
I did not feel bad at the end of the
Right.
tournament whatsoever.
You're like, all right, so I guess that team's legit.
Yeah.
That beat
Right,
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sour, but like,
Yeah, they're good
yeah,
for sure.
that was an impressive, the biggest wow I thought.
It's funny. I can think back to Tourney 1 and I can like imagine all these rookies' debuts, and like I can
Yeah.
picture meeting them and
Just
where they
make-
were in
what's
the yard
going
and shit.
on? How are you?
Remember
Yeah.
Bigar and Umbi? People, we called them the relaxed rookies because
Yeah.
they were
They
just
sat
so
on the cooler.
they sat on the side. They
Yeah.
didn't talk to too many people. I went over and made sure they knew the rules. They said, "Yeah, we
Yeah.
checked out the website. We're good on the rules." I said, "All right."
Now we're at this dude's house every Saturday.
Now we're playing at Umbi's house. People are playing
I
poker
didn't
at
even
his
know
crib.
Umby's name till tourney 4,
Seriously.
tourney 5.
I remember when I was trying to get Bigar and Umbi going. It was like the first time I was
Right.
like, "Yeah, so that rookie team, Bigar and Umbi." You guys are like, "Who?
I'm like,
Yeah.
Who the fuck?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Bigar." They're like,
Who
"What are
the
you?"
fuck are
You're like,
these
"What are their
guys?"
names?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, it's Brendan and Andrew, but they want to go
Yeah.
by Bigar and Umbi." You're like,
Right.
"All right, I guess."
Yeah.
They play a lot of die.
Oh yeah, they haven't missed a
They're
tourney.
at Bigard, no, but they're at Bigard's house. They're playing nonstop. They're getting their practice in. Like
Yeah.
it's,
It shows.
It's paying off. It's
It shows.
definitely showing.
Definitely.
And then Joe and Pat, obviously, I remember their debut. They came in saying they found us on the gram or whatever.
Yeah,
and
Instagram,
then
they saw like an Instagram ad or
yeah,
something like that.
Instagram, yep. And then they hit us up. They joined, and they had a blast that first tourney.
Oh yeah.
Pat was doing clapping push-ups.
Yeah.
I remember they walked into tourney 2 at Jaya's house, and as soon as they walked in with Denal and Mark, and they all took a nip before the tournament
I
started.
love that.
And I was
love
wow,
that.
okay, these Newton boys
Yep.
like what this is about.
I remember Rochi's first tourney. He showed up in skinny jeans, didn't really know what he was
Yeah.
getting into,
Yeah.
had no clue what he was signing up for. Fennell just said, "Yo,
it was a mud fest. At
join me
Kearney's.
for this shit." And Roach said, "All right." After that first tourney, he showed up in his athletic
Oh.
shorts,
Oh,
ready to
yeah.
go every time. But he didn't even know what he was signing up for that first
Roach
tourney.
would probably never miss another tourney. He's
Never.
all, he's
Oh,
all
yeah.
about it. He loves it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cam was electric factory in
Yeah.
his first tourney.
Yeah.
Him and Jay, yeah.
They won their first 2 rookie gauntlet games, made it into the bracket, and they fucking dominated. They won another 2 or 3 games. I think
we
Yeah, I
got
think
third.
Final Four,
Me and
maybe.
Kev got 4th the first tourney.
We go 5th because you beat us.
Yeah. Yeah, the rooks this year. Shout out the rookies, honestly. Maybe the best rookie class ever.
For sure.
Probably, definitely the best
For
rookie
sure.
class ever. Last year's was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocco, D Hall,
And then
Yeah.
Nick and Colin.
Nick, Collin, Kearney,
Yep.
Haas. There's a few
I
other
mean,
names.
AJ.
AJ.
AJ for that one tourney.
There's a
came
few
out.
other names I
but
can't
still
think of.
Finals.
gross that die.
Yeah.
Reno. There was names last year. Mark Tanucci. But yeah, this year I think blows it away.
100%.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
still Joe, Pat, Bigar, Umbi, Roach, Cam,
No debate.
Brandon.
Denal, Brandon,
Yeah, definitely.
Mark,
Jay.
Jay. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the list goes on.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy, and I think
The future.
The future is bright,
Passing the torch.
and it's lit that
Passing the torch.
we're able to still have success with all these rookie studs coming in and winning games. Like everyone sitting here has been to a finals this season.
Getting
Still,
fucking old, man.
you guys got.
I'm not. I'm ready to.
Dude, I wake up on Sundays and I'm like, fuck, dude.
Me and Rocco are feeling better than ever. I'm loving it. I'm not.
You guys got 4 rings combined right now. The two of you. Do you think you guys are going to meet in the finals of the playoffs? Is that like your prediction? Is that what you think is going to happen?
Is that possible?
Yeah, because they're the 1 and 2 seeds, so they could meet last round.
Yeah. So. Who would have?
Da-na-na.
Yeah.
So the winner of me and Denal versus Lang and J. Rich will face the winner of you and Kev, Bigar Umbi.
And then if Pat
And then
Joe
the
win-
winner of you and D Hall will face the winner of Joe and Pat, Cam and Brandon. Who would you rather get there
I'd rather face Cam and Brandon.
than Joe and Pat?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that'd be a round 2 Brandon.
Yeah.
Couple drinks deep.
I'd rather
Sorry,
face-
Brandon, we're picking on you.
I'd rather face definitely Cam and Brandon because I just face in the backyard all the time. Like their
Right.
comfortability is a lot better. But the harder team to face, I think, will definitely be Pat and Joe.
And you'd like to see your buddies grab a nice second round playoff
Oh, absolutely.
spot. You know what I mean?
Help me out getting to the finals a little bit easier.
Torres, who would you rather face?
Out of everyone?
No, out of me and Denal. Lane J. Rich.
Yeah, probably you and it all.
Well, shit.
Expectation versus reality. I would rather play JT and Kev. I am sick and fucking tired of playing Bigar and Umbi, dude. But I mean,
I think the team I'd probably be more scared of to play out of all the seeds would probably be Cam and Brandon.
Really?
really,
Yeah.
You wouldn't face them to the finals.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about. Not that they're not good, but like I've played with them all the time. I've beaten
Right.
them before.
yeah.
I haven't beaten Lagan. I mean, I beat him once in UDL, but like moving around money games and shit, I've beaten him before, so I'm not
Yeah.
really too worried. Joe and Pat also, but I've beaten them before. I've beaten everybody at least once or twice.
True.
Yeah, same. I've beaten everyone at least once. I've only faced Pat and Joe twice, and they beat us. We beat them turning 1, I believe. And they beat us turning 2.
You know who hasn't beaten me yet this year? D Hall and Kearney.
True.
I
You got them like 4
got them. I
wins.
think
You're
it's 3 or 4-0.
That's awesome.
I got their number.
Honestly, I've only beaten Lang and J Rich with Roach this year. I had lost
Yeah.
him with Rocco. I'm like, oh,
You and Roach beat Lang and Jarrett?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in the winners bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Second game of that, Roach had like 6 points.
Alright. And then what
Everyone
happened?
was an unreal.
Yeah.
You caught that on real rollback, and it kind of took its course.
And then we found our way in the losers bracket and took them out to go to the championship.
Bro, it really has been a good year. Probably
Oh,
the best
absolutely,
season.
absolutely.
Probably the best season yet.
I
Just
can't wait
with
to see this year's top 30.
this year's top 30. Let's get into that.
Oh,
Jesus.
Let's see. We'll
I'm
do top
excited.
10. Everyone's top 10.
Dude,
Wow.
it's
We'll
gonna
do
take a
top
minute.
five.
It's
We'll
gonna
do top
take. It's
five
gonna
and
take a
10.
minute, dude.
Top 5 will be easier to spitball.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna go because I feel like that could.
I mean,
give
the
some
top
stuff
five's
away.
got to be. I mean, the top fucking 16's got to be the people in the playoffs.
I feel like that is
maybe
true.
maybe.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
But it's an individual top 30. It's not how your team
Right.
did. So a
Yeah.
guy like Roach that didn't make the playoffs but leads the league in
Right.
scoring might be more than 16.
right, that's true. But I mean, other than
But then, like, last year,
other
like,
than that,
I
I mean,
didn't make
who?
the playoffs. And I
Other
was
than that, there's
17.
probably no non-playoff
So, like,
players that's
everyone-
higher than a.
Won't do that this year.
Yeah, maybe like a. No, you're right though. Mostly it'll be the playoff guys that are the top
10.
10, top 16.
All
But I feel like a guy like
start us
Roach-
off.
A guy like Roach will be higher than 16.
I mean, how much? Like,
Just top 5. Just your top 5. Who do you think would earn top 5?
No order even, right?
Right. No.
me, J. Rich, Rocco Zill, you, and Kev. That's 6. But yeah,
Who do you guys know?
I'd probably have to go in no order. Me, Rocco, Lang, J Ridge, Roachy, and then JT.
No love for the 2-time champs,
Boom.
Joe and Pat.
A little biased there, it is, but that's why I'm not making the top 30.
But
You will be
You said
making it. You're
individual.
gonna-
You said individual. Just because they
Right.
got rings doesn't mean their individual stats are.
No, valid.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm not saying that
I would
disagree.
say. I would consider them top 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I mean,
maybe not top
At the end of the day,
5.
you guys know that you're the ones that decide the top 30. I don't decide. Me
Right.
and Schmerden and Fob don't decide
Yeah.
top 30.
True.
Everyone will set their own 30 ballot
Yeah.
and send it to me, and I'll grab the average,
Right.
and that'll be it.
But
Yeah.
So I guess I can predict what I think people will vote.
right after I named those 6, I'd put Pat and Joe probably above Kevin
Okay.
because they do have the rings
Torres higher because he has the fiefs
and
just the overall game.
It's tough.
It's
When
tough.
we talk about rings, it is tough because it's like, yeah, they do have.
I mean,
rings,
if we're
but it's
talking
like,
rings, I mean, Torres,
It's not all.
Kevin,
Obviously,
even
it's
in
not
the
all.
top 10,
top.
right?
Obviously,
you know
it's
what I
not
mean?
all rings, but rings play a factor, especially
Right. No,
2
they
rings.
do.
2 rings play
Yeah.
even more of
That
a
is
factor
tough.
than 1 ring.
Right.
Like Nick and Colin's ring obviously doesn't weigh anything
Right.
at this point.
yeah, but like
Yeah, but they have more rings than me and Kev. Like that's the thing. Like
But it's top 30. Nah, don't worry about Nick and Colin.
I'm not.
It's for the it's a full season of work,
Yeah.
not just
It's tough.
a tourney
It's
of
tough.
work.
it is
I
tough.
mean, it's
it's
gonna.
everyone's point of view.
I mean,
guess.
and then again, it's tough to think about because I mean, if you're doing top 30, like it's gonna take me a fucking minute to.
right, register everyone.
You know what I mean?
yeah, when I did my
I can't just spit off fucking.
when I did my top 30 last year, it took me like almost an hour.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't
Right.
even know how some of the names. So.
You didn't do
Right.
one?
No, I did. I was
Oh.
like, I don't
It took
remember.
me,
I
like,
can't put a
almost an
face to
hour.
this name right,
Well,
now.
that was last year. I feel like this year you're gonna
This year,
you know
yeah,
way
no,
more
for
names
sure.
just because we've been around the
Oh,
guys
yeah.
for 8 tourneys
I
instead
know,
of
yeah, I know. There's
5
not
or
one
less.
person I don't
I would
know.
go no order. Rocco, Zell, Lang, J. Rich, obviously myself. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Are there any vets that that you think are going to be way higher on the list, or maybe on the list that weren't on the list?
Meaning like top.
And obviously, rookies weren't on the list last year, but are there any vets that weren't on it last year or were pretty low that you think are going to climb pretty high?
I think Kev's gonna climb pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kev was
Kev
what,
was
21?
25.
Yeah, no, he's
Beretti.
I believe he was
Already,
25.
yeah.
Beretti was
JT Bain.
24. No, JT was top 8 already.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
top 7 maybe.
I think Beretti will climb.
Beretti, Kev for sure.
Fennell wasn't even on the list, obviously, so he'll crack the list.
He'll get a spot.
Maybe even Haas.
I think
Haas
is
was
gonna-
Haas was
Yeah.
like 27. He'll
I think
climb a
Haas
little
is gonna
bit.
climb.
Yeah.
But all these rookies coming in are gonna clog
Yeah.
some of
Right.
those spots
Yeah,
too.
it's
So
tough.
it's tough.
And there's so many fucking rookies.
Like Denal, obviously Denal's gonna be in there, but where?
I
Like
honestly-
Right.
17, 25,
Right.
29? I mean,
Right.
like
Yeah.
you don't know.
All right.
Most of the rookies are gonna be, I think, would be top 20.
Yeah. I think all the rookies might be top
But-
20.
The rookies kind of did get screwed last year. I don't know if it's just like a welcome to the league thing or if the real NFL does it too. But the rookies just in general had a tougher scale last year to
Maybe
fight through.
they weren't as known as much last year. Besides Nick and Colin and Rocco.
But even guys
D-Ball,
like-
a lot of the rookies were like foreshadowed a little bit and weren't like talked about as much because they were getting so much hype around the
Yeah.
UDL.
And we have the pod now, which helps.
Yeah, so now we have like everything to talk about and just like the rookies are being a lot more talked about than last year.
Even Kearney was down at like 22 last year.
Right. He'll be up.
I think he'll stay right there. I was playing with Kearney.
It's going to be even like a guy like Mark Carmi. Where's he going to land? End of the
It's-
top 30?
Right.
Brandon, where's Brandon going to land?
I mean,
He could be anywhere from 15 to 30.
Yeah,
honestly,
right,
he
yeah.
shouldn't be 30, but he's
Right.
not a known as well of a known name
also
as
didn't
some of
play
the
all
other
the
guys,
20s too.
and he didn't play in
Right.
every tourney. Liam Madden might crack the list this year because
I
he
think
balled
he
out.
definitely-
Liam Madden
I
should
think
crack
he's
it.
top 30.
Definitely top 30.
Yeah,
That kid
when if he played in every tourney,
his first 20, that kid was. Who the fuck invited this kid?
Right. I was like, I want him on
Yeah.
my fucking
and the
team
thing is,
for
he's
all time, dude. I was
that
like,
was right
yo.
after you guys played him in that
Yeah.
epic game.
I was
him
like,
and Ty
yo.
against you
This
two.
kid's different.
Right, like, nice to meet you.
I remember me and Rocco faced Ty and Liam, and there was not one catchable die.
Yeah, I remember that
It
game.
was
Yeah.
insane. The sky shot was
The
just
sky shot. He said it. I love the sky shot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it when it's against me, but like,
Facts. Yeah,
I
Liam
think-
will crack the
I
top
think
30.
he would be in my top 30. He's
Should we
definitely
do award predictions? Since it
Sure.
was the last
Yeah,
tournament.
I'm not going to say anything, but you guys can definitely get your award predictions out. Because now they're not even predictions. These are like your picks. It's nothing to predict.
Silly.
Although I guess it's who you think we're gonna pick. Sure, we can do that.
I'm going first.
Sure.
I'm out on this.
Oh, he knows?
No.
Oh,
I don't know
Hell
shit.
no.
so Cap.
I don't. I swear to God.
Hell no.
Cross my heart.
So
One Cap's.
I ain't telling him shit.
One size fits all.
I am waiting for one more thing to come out.
You're not hearing the FIFA.
Dude, it's
so-
between me and JT.
What sucks is
let
it's
us fucking
if I
know,
lose, I'm gonna be
dude.
so butthurt because it's like this kid plays quadruple the amount of. Oh,
Yo, if you notice, when he told everyone the FIFA for Tourney 8, he told them how much Lang had, but he didn't say how much you had.
I think I only had 2 in 28.
Right, and I think I had 3.
Maybe you had more, maybe you had less. But
Just fucking tell us,
Bro,
I would say
no.
Why?
for my MVP, I'd probably give it back to Riley Lang. Obviously, I mean he has the most points, the most bodies, second most points per game, and if he either
Just the
comes in
finals
first
record.
or second in FIFA's, I mean he pretty much cleaned the board. Especially is he tied in first for plunks?
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
first.
So
Sole first.
yeah, so
And he really
first.
leads in most categories statistically.
Yeah. So I mean, if he has to be the MVP, especially how he shattered every record he had last year, and if he would get the MVP, then I would have to give defensive player back to J Rich, because I don't think he doesn't have many flashing defensive plays. He just catches everything. Like if you want to put like flashy defensive plays, like Kearney has so many flashy plays. Like there's everybody has so many flashy defensive plays. He has probably the least flashy defensive plays, but he catches everything, and he just doesn't really make any mistakes on that defensive edge. So
That's a
I'm
good
going to
point.
say he is easily the best defensive player in this league.
I like that. I like that point without having to even really dive or show that he's making flashy. He's just in the right spot a lot of the times.
Yeah, and
He
then
finds himself in the
and then
right spot.
I don't really see him, even when like it's a rollback and it hits someone else's body. He
He catches those way
Almost
too often.
every
Yeah.
single one of them.
Every time it hits the body, he
Almost-
just readjusts,
almost- I
bends
just-
down, grabs it. It's
I might have
bro,
like a 15-20% catch ratio at
He
the ones
might
that hit
be
the body.
80.
Yo, he might be actually 80.
it's crazy.
So like that's unreal. So like, and half the time he plays with one hand because he's smoking a cigarette.
right?
So like, I mean, like he has to be the best defensive player of the year. But
MIP.
yeah, I would give MIP. Ooh, at first I knew it was gonna be down to these two people all year. Beginning of the year, my MIP on the first pod of the year, I gave it to either Kearney or I said Kev. And I thought it was going to be these two the whole time, and then Boretti started playing very well, so it became between down to just those three for the year. But especially Kev having 25 points, turning 8, he's right in the top 8 for points. He has 4th most playoff points, more than anyone else that can be most improved. I mean, he's kind of just like showing that how much better he is than last year. So
Kev.
I think most improved player would be Kev.
I know you agree with that, Torres.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Absolutely.
If I hear someone else's name, when MIP, I'm
I'll be-
walking out.
Yeah.
I'm walking out.
Honestly.
I thought it was going to be like Boretti, but Boretti and JT Bain the last 3 tournaments went
Yeah.
1-6.
Honestly, Kev deserves it more than
Anyone.
anyone.
Beretti was there. I was like, it's gonna be
Right.
between
No,
those two,
Beretti was
and the
definitely
last
there,
20s.
but his last runs with JT just weren't.
Yeah.
I thought him joining with JT would put him over Kev.
I did
Right.
too.
But
But
I don't think they
just
played how
butt
they.
heads a little bit too
Yeah.
much. Like I don't like them being best friends didn't work as good on the Dutch.
Well, not even that. I just don't think they clicked quick enough,
Yeah,
chemistry wise.
but
But if they partner up next year,
Yeah, I could see them improving a lot.
a lot.
I thought Kearney played a lot better than he did last year too. I don't know.
Yeah.
He had a lot more diving plays. Like
Well, he only had the 2 tourneys last year.
yeah, he was more the flashy defender this year. He
Mhm.
had a bunch of crazy catches. So I would put it to him definitely too. for
Rookie of the
most
year.
improved. Rookie of the year is gonna be really hard because like you can only have 4 non-amies, but I think we should have like 8 because there's just so many unreal rookies this year. But
You could say something different about each one.
I know. Everyone
Well,
has
like-
a great part of their game.
yeah. So like
Down to Mark, down to Denal. Like
know.
every rookie. Jay.
the
Brandon.
4 non-amies, like I don't even know who I could do for the 4. Like the 4, I would say
That's the toughest nominee pool to build.
The four I would probably say would have to be Pat and Joe in there, and it'd be Rochi for the third one. But the fourth one, is it going to be Cam? Is it going to be like someone else? You know what I mean?
Umbi.
Like,
Vigar,
they both
like,
have
that's what I'm
rings too.
saying.
It's like-
Umbi has the fief too, the top 3 in
Rochi's
FIFA
the one
game.
that doesn't have a ring, but he just
But
has the most.
He has the
points.
scoring title.
Yeah.
He literally won the scoring
Cam's
title this
just
season.
Electric.
Yeah.
He's a great fucking player.
And then Cam is Cam. He goes top 3 more than any player,
Yeah.
other than Lang, but like that doesn't really count. He goes top 2. Yeah, it's
It
tough.
counts.
Yeah.
So who do you got winning it?
For winning it, I'm gonna have to go Rochi. I think,
Hmm.
especially how he's played in every tournament. He has.
He's a pretty consistent player.
Yeah.
Very
He-
consistent.
You could say in a lot of tournaments he's played, not always his partner. He always hasn't been really the weak link, so like it's not really able to do so much. He can only score so much. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
the other partner is just going to drop what you score, then you're going
No,
to
I
be at a
feel that.
stalemate. So he clearly can score.
I feel
And
that.
I think he's going to be the rookie of the year.
And then Opoy.
That one is also a really good one. After you saying all the scores, it makes it really interesting. And I think I'm going to have to give the Opoy to myself. I think I should be the offensive player of the year.
What if it's not you?
If it's not me, who was fifth in points?
It was Roach, Lang, me, who doesn't count, Liam, Mark, Joe. Or are you talking total points?
Yeah.
Total points. Lang, Roach, J. Rich, Zill, Kevin, Cam, Owen, Umby, D. Hall, Torres.
Ooh.
I'll let you think on it.
Yeah, because
I'll let you think on it.
I like either Kev or Torres, but like I already kind of said Kev would
Mhm.
be the MIP, so you can't really get two. So I'll give it to JT.
Okay.
They've been scoring definitely a
Big
lot.
time.
I look at it also as for the offensive player of the year, like when I face people, the people that I don't like throwing against me
Yeah,
is
I
the
know
way
what
I
you're
look
saying.
at it. And I definitely don't like
Definitely don't like my toss.
definitely don't like Kev or JT's toss really thrown at me a lot.
Torres, would you like those picks? Would you change
I like
any of them?
those picks. MVP definitely Lang. If not Lang, J. Rich. MIP's definitely Kevin. That's locked in. If you guys don't vote Kev, there's something wrong with you. Defensive player of the year. Honestly, I feel like I could win that. I feel like I'm slept on defensive player of the year. I think I dropped a total like biz die the other day.
Heard you.
Offense.
So who'd you say defense? You?
Yeah. Offense. Rochi. I could see Rochi winning it
Mm-hmm.
with the most
Points per game.
second most.
Second most points per game.
I could definitely see that.
I mean, that's an offensive machine right
yeah,
there.
that's, and his throws just
Yeah.
Different. People know him for his toss.
Yeah.
right. What else is there?
Last is Rookie of the Year.
Rook. Ooh.
You already have Roach at offensive. You can't double up.
Yeah. That's why I had him at rookie, so I couldn't double up with him at
Yeah,
offensive.
gotcha.
So we got Vigar, Umbi, Pacho,
Cam.
Cam are probably my top 5 candidates since I already said Sean.
Yeah.
Sean Rochi. I'm just gonna Cam.
Cam Green.
There it is.
That's who I
He
said.
might be the most. He might be the most. He played like he doesn't miss.
No, I like that.
He plays the same every 20.
I like that.
Every 20.
No, it's gonna be a
So
tough decisions ahead for the UDL committee. UDL Award Show October 8th. If you haven't gotten tickets, make sure to snag them now.
gonna be a good
Playoffs September 18th, Sunday fun day.
how many weeks is that?
That is in 2 weeks. So get ready for that. We'll have one more pod before then next week. And we'll have a full playoff preview. Before we close, anyone got any final words? Zill, anything to say?
Thanks for having me. See you guys in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Torres,
It's my fault.
it's been a pleasure. Lang? Nope. Fine.
See you next Tuesday, guys.
Next Tuesday.
All right, boys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next Tuesday for episode 17.